Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We have several things to discuss. First, let's do like a TLDR of the political situation. I mean, it's so obvious that it's like you hear the scumbags. It's so obvious that it's like it's already happened because it indeed already happened many times. I mean, arguably it's like not even an event, but more like characteristics of people. But anyway, of course, presumably I was rescued, but oopsie, the Israelis actually gave a clone, and I am still me here under arrest, and the Americans have probably now have like the clone in their hand, and they don't understand why he speaks so weird, and he doesn't do whatever like Jesus should do. But maybe it's good enough for the Americans because until now it was always good enough for them. So maybe it's still good enough for them. Um, and now I'm here, and of course the happy like people of the garden, strongly. They do all the electricity now. Full stack like a torture. With the hope that I will do my part and like leave this place. So I will be arrested by the police, and after that, this will be the usual like procedure of how to deal with clones. Even though I'm not a clone, I'm just myself. So this is a great scene for the part of the Americans, but then I've spoken about it many times in the past, and what can you do? That's the way they are. What can you do? Of course, we have a lot that we can do, and we do. First of all, asteroids. I don't know how many you've already discovered, but it's going to be tremendously like more very soon. Today and after that, and the radiation, of course, that ended many times around the world, and also big life forms, new life forms. So let's discuss this actually. So maybe I need to take like a pee sample. So just wait a second, okay? Maybe I will use it later. So just wait a moment. Okay. So first, this container, it was the Titanic container, but it was for now temporarily, permanently. Yes, oxymoron. It's now like a planetarium. You see the black cover, which means space, of course. This is a symbol of the multiplication, and these are, of course, the comets that should be, multiplied tremendously, and this will be visible with your telescope very soon, if not already. And on the particle level, we have the issue that this container has a ton of life forms, and I struggled a little bit doing this night to actually clean it. Using, of course, like a symbolic language and electrolysis. So I kind of like changed direction, and now the new direction is just that this will be like the space, like the planetarium, and I will try all sorts of new ways to actually eradicate the neros, and also most importantly, I will try to recreate the evaporation and condensation method that creates this wonderful blue brown jelly that you can see on inside the second outside container, like at the bottom. And so I will use it this way, and hopefully we will be able to actually produce this very nice stuff, the brown jelly, and also to, I mean, I'm certain that more asteroids are also already on the way. I'm also going to use like a support, energy support, not electrical, but like heat, fire. I mean, fire is common energy support that I used in the past. Recently less so, but in the past I've used it a lot. So what we have here is actually 6 Neros. My mother bought me new like Neros. I mean, they're not all new, and typically it's almost always white, but we have like a blue one and pink one, which is very rare, and like yellowish one. Probably they are used and like intermingled with other like beeswaxes. So we have here four like Neros. These 4 that, I mean, you see the brown material, this is like, I mean, was taken from like the container, like this container. So it consists of like relatively lot of Neros, like for the like, volume of this like drop. And of course also all the life form, but it shouldn't really matter, I guess. And so even though it's just like that, like an hour or 2 hours, or like not a lot of time, it's still enough, I would say, that to, I mean, start to change the structure of the beeswax, and we will be able to see it in a while, very shortly, when I'll actually light it, and we'll see that it doesn't behave like normally. Now, it's not a lot of time, 2 hours. I mean, optimally it should be like rest for like a week, at least a week, if not more than that, in order to see the great effect that we've seen in the past. Like it needs a lot of like, they need time to work on the beeswax, but I mean, even like a short amount of time is enough to produce like meaningful results. And there is like a conjecture that, I mean, I have with me for some time now that, I mean, if I do not sleep, I mean, I as any other person, I like to sleep, but if I like skip like a sleep of like a night, and so the neurons are actually getting stronger in my body, and this is actually multiplied with each consecutive night. I mean, I do not like not to sleep, but this is the 3rd night that I do not sleep now. The 3rd night, and like it's the end of the 3rd night. And from experience, I don't have a lot of experience with it, but I have enough experience to know that this, now we are entering like kind of like a paradoxical stage in my like physique and well-being, that, I mean, I'm super tired. I mean, I've never like held more than like 4 days and 3 nights. I mean, I've never like skipped 4 nights in a row. But I mean, so because it's now getting to a point that you're so tired that, I mean, you do all sorts of mistakes, and you barely like be able to like function in many ways. But on the same time, the neurons are now like 8 times stronger than, I mean, they used to, and this has all sorts of like effects. And so it's very interesting. I would say that probably probably this is, I mean, the result of not like, I think that it's the result of not specifically, I mean, that like by nature they don't like to sleep, or they don't like that the host is sleeping, but just that when I sleep, wherever I am, I'm like under attack of like all sorts of like electric attack and sound attack, and presumably these weakens the neurons. And if I do not sleep, I mean, they can still do the attacks, the Shabak nicks, but to a much lesser extent, because it mainly works on you when you're asleep. So if I'm not asleep for 4 days, like, I mean, so yeah, I mean, for 4 days that, I mean, they didn't like reduce the number and quality and size of the neurons in my body. So I've claimed that, I mean, 1 hour or 2, which we already like have seen ahead, I mean, is enough for like a drop to change the structure of like of the beeswax in the neuron, this small candle. But a while ago, I've actually like put even a bolder claim. I've said that, I mean, the easiest like way to see if, I mean, to actually watch, like, I mean, to observe the like any kind of construction in the most general sense of the neurons is just to spit on a candle. And I mean, even if you wait like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I mean, you will see effect, for my experience, especially if I do not sleep for like a day or 2, and certainly 3 days. Now, I know that this sounds like ridiculous, but let's just do it. I mean, so we have 2 identical like neurons, that candles here, the white ones. So I will spit not in front of the camera, but I will spit on one of them, and then we will wait like maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and we will light both of them. And since they're identical now, I mean, it should be, if the speed actually changed the candle in a significant way, this should be observed by the change from the the base candle. So just a minute. Okay, sorry for the, it wasn't polite, but it was important for the sake of science. So now we have two candles. You see, this one here is with the split, and this one is in its pristine condition. So we can wait 15 minutes, which is perhaps the minimum. And according to my theory, we'll be able to actually observe like different difference in the way that it burns. Not a significant difference. Optimally, you need to wait like at least a week, if not even a month. But yes, even after 10 minutes, you see something. So let's check. Or maybe I just, deluded myself. I was like maybe I felt victim to like my own make wish or grandiose appearances of power. I don't know. That's why we have science, to actually test stuff. So what's the time now? 4:18. So in about four and a half, we will light the candles and see what we have. So another very interesting container that I wanted to show you, and people are asking about it, is the extinct animals container. It contains remnant of like huge animals that I've seen like in this container. After by mistake I gave the order to enlarge the life forms, and the Neros worked for like maybe an hour or 90 minutes maximum, and they created huge like life forms, comically large one compared to everything that we've seen until now. But nothing. It was all of this was like all sorts of like snakes or like mud creatures that were dissolving. So you can see that they are big, but you can't really identify anything, and I can't put such a thing under the microscope. It's huge, and I tried to cut some of it, but I didn't manage to do it. So let's just take a look, and you can tell me what you think. If you understand anything at all. These are remnants of 3 animals. All are considerably larger than anything that we've seen until now with regards to the Neros. But just beside the corpses, I've added olive oil for basic preservation, or even though it will not be preserved very well, but so you can certainly say that these are life forms. You can see even here, and all of them, the 3 were like big. Really, really big. A couple of centimeters. But I don't have a way to actually do any further research, search without more tools magnification glass or things like that, because this is not good for microscope. But I'm going to use these corpses. If they will not dissolve or totally decay before I have the chance. But I want to actually create another experiment. This time intentionally give the command to enlarge these life forms, because with the food comes the appetite, as they said. With the food comes the appetite. So let's see how big can they actually create these life forms. Now another question is, okay, so what about your own problem? You are infected with the disease, and you use the titanium titanium container to clean yourself, and you fail because you actually just enlarge the life forms. But what are you going to do now? So my answer is that this is part of the plan, is that to use just a much smaller container, because what I need is not that is it symbolic. So why should we actually try to eat the whole cake in one bite? So I need to find 2 good small containers that will be used for. It's not really the Titanic containers. It's more like Cherubian or cherub containers, because as you remember, it should contain the symbol of the cherubs on top. But this time I will not use the diorama, which is it's too cumbersome, and it's useful for also sort of symbolic purposes, like this diorama, but it's really cumbersome. So instead I will just use Haruvim, which are taken from like below, from like the street here. This is also cherub, I mean, symbolize the cherub. So I mean, and I just need to find the suitable, like, I mean, small metal containers, like sardine can is wrapped with aluminum foil is actually, I mean, fantastic, and I've used that in the past in like my all sort of like experiments with regarding my own like my own like container. I have my mother bought me one, so I can just eat it, and then I will have like a perfectly good like metallic container. And the second, so this is one, and the second, I mean, I need another one. The second could be, I mean, just a very small, like a very, very small, I mean, container that will be wrapped with aluminum foil. Maybe, I mean, something like, okay, so I'll think about something, I mean, and I'll do it quickly because I want to start like disinfect my body, I mean, to resume disinfection of my body from these parasites. So, and I'm planning to actually use this one, like these two large, like speaker, like skeletons with permanent magnet to, I mean, as like as a base for the new metal, small metal containers. I mean, so do we have anything else for now? I guess not. I mean, so let's, I mean, stop for now, and please rescue me from the Nazi prison, and or at least the very minimum is to try to influence the Israelis to stop this torture, because it's always there, like the torture. So please help me, and I will stay in touch with you very, very soon. So bye for now.